Hi everyone, let's have a little reminder, shall we, of just who Boris Johnson is. Hi everyone, just before I get to this story, in the live stream I had last night, I mentioned that I was amazed that my video, Is Prince Andrew Beyond Approach, Boris, had been monetised. You can see there, there's a green sign, it says monetised on. Well, it didn't last long. So, yeah, they demonetised it after the fact. I thought I'd better let you know. Right, so there is an election around the corner. And to paraphrase the great George Carlin, I'm sure if whoever you vote for gets in, I'm sure that your lives will improve dramatically as soon as that happens. But whoever gets in, you would expect that they have at least a modicum of capability. You know, they're not a complete imbecile. In one of the people running, though, I don't think we can say that. We don't say that. We think we can say that about Boris Johnson. So for anybody who is considering backing Boris Johnson in the upcoming election, maybe for the first time, because they think backing Boris means that you're going to get Brexit done, and because, let's face it, he has an oven-ready deal, and if you don't get Boris, you get Corbyn and more dither and delay. Boris is the king of soundbites. It's important to remember who Boris is, and there was this speech by Jeremy Corbyn a couple of weeks ago, what we called it was on RT, and he was recalling Boris Johnson from a couple of years ago. Take a listen to how Corbyn recalls this meeting with him.
And straight after the referendum, the first thing I did was to put a motion to Parliament saying that all EU nationals should have a guaranteed right to remain in Britain and the right of family reunion. You know what? Boris Johnson voted for it. I was slightly puzzled when I walked into the division lobby to cast my vote, and I saw him there. And I know he'd been through a lot of stress in the campaign, so I said, "What are you doing here?" He said, "I don't know really." That was about it, really. That was the.
I don't know, really. That's who Boris Johnson is. He's a buffoon. He's a complete and utter imbecile. I said once that he wouldn't know his arse from his elbow unless an aide told him. But I think even if an aide told him which was his arse and which was his elbow, there's still probably a better than a coin flip's chance that he's going to get it wrong. All he is just a bog standard politician, slimy politician who doesn't mean anything he says, who comes out with sound bites and slogans. That's what he does. Just look at the referendum, 350 million on the bus. He's hoping that by making this election all about Brexit, he's hoping that he'll fool enough people into giving him a majority big enough so that he can put through whatever version of watered down Brexit deal that's not Brexit that the establishment will allow. You saw Theresa May's deal and tying us into the EU until 2099 and not being able to get out of the deal unless they say so. Boris Johnson's deal was even worse, although I haven't gone into the details of it and evaluated it in the video, but it's the same old. It's not Brexit. This is Boris Johnson. In the last week or so, his artist taxi driver, he tweeted this out. I saw this video doing the rounds. This is him talking in Ireland, in Northern Ireland. I think it's just 2 weeks ago. Take a listen.
But so when you come out of the EU customs union, which is what we've done.
When you come out of the EU customs union, which is what we've done. Have we? Have we? Seem to remember there being an extension.
You have to have some way of checking that goods that might attract a tariff going from the United Kingdom into Ireland, pay that tariff if there is to be a tariff. The only place you can do it, if you don't do it at the border, is at the border in Northern.
The only place you don't do it if it's not at the border is at the border.
Ireland. There will not be tariffs or checks on goods coming from GB to I that are not going on to Ireland. That's the whole point. And the great thing that's been misunderstood about this is there will not be checks. There will not be checks. I speak as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and a
For how long, we don't know.
passionate unionist. There will not be checks on goods going from Northern Ireland to Great Britain. Because we're the government of the United Kingdom and we will not institute or implement or enact such checks.
I don't think you'll institute or implement or enact Brexit, to be honest. I think that's what the establishment, the government of the United Kingdom is doing.
And the idea that
The last 3 years is anything to go by.
From Tandragee Castle are going to be, by some process. It's just nonsense. So actually, Northern Ireland has got a great deal. It's got a great deal. You keep free movement. You keep access to the single market, but you also have, as it says in the deal, unfettered access to GB, and so we can also come out and do free trade. So the only reason they gave us that deal, by the way, was
because they wanted to get it through at the last minute.
Because they were at the back of their minds, they were still worried that we would come out without a deal. And even though they could see what the Ben Act was doing to us, and they could see how difficult it was, they weren't quite sure whether the UK government was going to be sufficiently, irrational as they saw it, as to come out with.
Yeah, in other words, they didn't think that we'd shoot ourselves in the face. They were right. That's who Boris Johnson is, everyone. He's a bungling buffoon. He doesn't know, what his deal entails. You can see. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what Brexit is. And you know what? I keep reminding myself of that Danny Dyer clip of him saying nobody knows what Brexit is. This mythical being. You watch Question Time, it's a comedy. I certainly don't think Boris Johnson knows what it is. And you know what? Even if he did, say it with me, you're not getting Brexit. They're not going to let you have Brexit. You're not getting it. The establishment, along with the MPs, have blocked it at every single turn there is. Every single turn for the last 3.5 years, you are not getting it. I've explained why many times. There are many reasons, I believe, as well. Chief among which are the integrity of the United Kingdom. If you have Brexit, you're going to break up the United Kingdom. Scotland wanted to remain in the EU, remember? And there's the Northern Ireland issue. And obviously Wales have joined on the bandwagon now. They're not going to get it because of that. You're not going to get it because of the looming economic disaster that's waiting to happen with 30-year negative bonds in America. I've done a video about that. You're not going to get it because of the complications that will give the EU defence union. You're not going to get it because of the information war that establishment at the moment are having on us. Not with Russia, we're on us. And I think, to be honest, climate change, the impending climate change crisis, has a massive effect on why the establishment won't give you Brexit. So if you are out there and you're working class and you're thinking of voting for Boris Johnson and the Tories for the first time in the upcoming election because you think he's going to get Brexit done because he has an oven-ready deal and you don't want any more dither and delay, then I'm afraid you're getting played. You're getting played by somebody who doesn't know what he's doing and being led here, there and everywhere. That's not a leader. That's a liar and a buffoon and an idiot. He's a very affable, likeable guy. I get it. But he's not a leader. He's a buffoon. And he's going to lie to you, and he's going to stab you in the back, and he's not going to give you Brexit because you're not going to get it, no matter who you vote for. Thanks very much for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed. Click the bell for the below so you get notifications. Support independent media. Make Orwell fiction again.